Hello to all. I will be discussing about the shift towards the circular economy, about the circular practices, about this economical practices, but in a food industry sector. Starting with the introduction, very three important things that I will be discussing here is the transition, ecological benefits, and the technology and implementation. So there is a need at today's time for the transition of food industry to a circular economy. There are lots and numerous benefits of adopting circular approach. There are many ecological benefits and how technology can facilitate, how it can help us, how technological development is required, what technological development is required for the implementation of these practices. The diagram, it is very clearly shown, a loop is shown over here of the circular economy. What is the idea proposed? There are three layers or three steps, but there is iteration happening after the third step. There is a repetition happening after the third step. Starting with the production and the purchasing of the food material, we can say the processed food, the agricultural food, the consumption and the use of it, and the collection and the processing of it. We expect something from you. The design of better products is needed. There should be a reduction in the processed waste. We would promote the reuse, improve the collection process, encourage recycling. We want to invest in infrastructure, should invest in infrastructure, develop markets for the recycled material, and optimize the life cycle through alternative consumption. What will be the different consumption methods? What will be the ecological benefits I was talking about? First is the reduction of the food waste. Very important. How can we do it? Improved resource management. Proper resource allocation can help in the reduction of the food waste. You need to solve an optimization problem to this. A very easy problem. A proper distribution network is what is implemented here, or what should be implemented here. A proper distribution and redistribution strategy will help in this. Minimize the use of the raw materials will definitely decrease the environmental impact, the damage done by the humans over a very long period of time in our past history, and it is going on at present. We should shift to the sustainable practices. Sustainable development is required. For that, the technology is what will help us. We would like to preserve, we should preserve the natural resources and the biodiversity around us. That is possible through the use or bringing into our natures the sustainability practices to do. Technological advancement, development, the urbanization concept, the transfer of technology is really need for what the approach we had developed. Some methods are overwritten here. Smart packaging implementation to extend the food shelf life. Really, food shelf life increasing from years to 3 years, months to years, days to months. This is what can be done through smart packaging. But this needs technology. This needs advancement. This needs collaborations. We can adapt precision agricultural techniques to optimize the resource use. Solve an optimization problem for better quality output. Given a good quality input, that would maximize your profits. A large amount of output from a very given, or we can say a very little input, little amount of input. In an economy, there is always a need, as you know, of transparency. Transparency is really needed. Blockchain technologies can be used for the transparent supply chain management process. the entire process I'm talking about, there should be transparency present. What are the social impacts of this approach? How can this approach, this economy, this shift, this transition can help all of us or some of us? This is going to create new opportunities. This is creating new opportunities. It is a new sector, or say it is a developing sector. It will be a developed sector. It is going to provide you the new opportunities. What opportunities I'm talking about? The supply chain management rules, the designing part of it, the designing aspect, the engineering rules, the regulatory advisors, the consultants, the managers, business model analysts, everyone is going to get a new job. New job opportunities will be created. There will be improvements done in food security, efficient resource allocation. The problems will be solved. There will be a good decision making. Empowerment of local communities are present here, and this can happen through the technological advancements, the use or the bring in of the sustainable practices in our daily lives. What are the budget friendly solutions that are provided, that are proposed, that will happen with just implementing this circular practice that I'm talking about? Production cost will be reduced to a significant amount through waste reduction and resource optimization. Waste reduction is a very important topic to be discussed. These all things will lead or will result in the reduction of the production cost, will help us to manage our financial system. Access to affordable and nutritious food, a healthy food for all the consumers. For all the consumers, that is what we mean by affordability. Long-term savings by minimizing the need for the raw material extraction. Savings is another approach for economical development. Some basic examples are taken into considerations of what circular economy or what I want to explain to you. First is recycling, second is reusing, third is redistribution. Everything is as an optimization problem, a good problem to maximize something, to minimize something that we want to its greatest efficiency. Reduce the food waste. Food waste, you can recycle it. Recycle to organic fertilizers, to animal feed. Use animal feed. Provide the animal feed. Look into the animal feed. Reusing the packaging system. Reusing the packaging system or advancement in the packaging system is all what I want. For the minimization of the single use waste. A better example comes in mind regarding plastic. An analogy that is generated between two different industries: plastic, food, the packaging that I'm talking about. Yeah, the packaging. Two industries are connected to each other. Redistribution of surplus food to address hunger and food insecurity. Redistribution is really a good concept that is always done, but this can be shown through this economy as well. All can be done through collaborations and partnerships by engaging the stakeholders from all the sectors. I'm not just talking about the food sector to drive into this initiative. Collaborating with technology companies, there are totally developed companies. That is what I said, urbanization, the transfer of technology is very important nowadays to develop such innovative solutions to the proper human resource management, proper resource management. By building partnerships with NGOs and governments who are really required to provide us funding, to provide us with a kickstart, because they will be someone who will be monitoring us or they will be with us in the long run. Policies and regulations that could be or can be implemented for betterment or faster implementation of this approach. By implementing policies to incentivize circular practices in the food industry. Simple, just implement the policies to incentivize, to provide benefits, to get benefits. This is what I want to say. Establishing regulations, proper strict guidelines for something that is called reduction in the food wastage, a very, very, very important concept, and encourage the resource efficiency. Proper resource management is required. Establish operations, establish proper regulations, strict regulations. Encouraging suitable practices through tax incentives and subsidies will help. Three case studies, basically, there are two case studies. By example, first one is a platform can be provided or was provided for reusable packaging in partnership with major brands. Just reusable packaging is a concept. We did collaborations with major brands and this provided us with a platform for something that is possible. Means we want to look at the practical aspects of what I spoke. There was an app between the consumers and the restaurant and stores for something or the surplus food, and this is what is redistributed. That is, for something that you have is redistributed for the demand that is there. There is a demand and there is the supply. Build an interface for it. That is what was done. Last thing, that is, this is really a good transition. That is a transition, a shift to a circular food economy. Concluding, already discussed that all the ecological benefits, a number of ecological benefits are there into this transition. Technology will definitely play a very crucial role in enabling this or these circular practices. For the implementation process, technology is always required. Social impacts, it will help us provide jobs, food security, problem is solved, and community empowerment for all of us. Thank you.